How's it going, guys? It's C-RadTV at the WWE Smackdown review from November 27th. Let's get started with it. So Smackdown starts off with Smackdown General Manager Paige in the ring. Of course, Paige is welcoming back our Smackdown Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. So then Becky Lynch comes out to the ring. Of course, for anyone that doesn't know, Becky Lynch had to miss the last couple weeks because after Nia botched and broke her face and gave her a serious concussion that prevented Becky from facing Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series. But Becky's back now, and she looks healed and better than ever. So of course Becky says that she's done watching and being held back, and then Becky's saying that she's putting herself back in the game. So then Becky asks Charlotte Flair to come out to the ring. So then Charlotte comes out to the ring. Of course Becky says if it was her, Ronda wouldn't be standing after Sunday. And then Becky says that Charlotte didn't step up, and Charlotte ended up channeling Becky. And then Charlotte says that she's Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte says she gave Ronda the beating she deserved. And then Charlotte says that she's genetically superior and has the mindset to get the job done. So then Becky goes on and calls Charlotte a Becky Lynch bootleg. And then Becky goes on and calls Charlotte a Ric Flair bootleg. Well, if you want to go that far, I've heard a lot of fans call Becky Lynch Becky Balboa. So I mean, Becky Lynch is a Rocky Balboa bootleg. So then Charlotte goes on and calls Becky delusional and says Becky is still riding her coattails from PCB back in 2015. So then Charlotte calls Becky on for a fight. Before either of them could square down, Paige steps in and breaks it up. And then Paige announces that at TLC, Becky will defend the Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair in a TLC match. And this one, the title will be hanging above the ring. It's the first ever Women's TLC match. And then Mandy Rose will come out with Sonya Deville, Selena Vega, and the Iconics Billie Kay and Pam Royce. Mandy saying that anyone could have gave that beating to Ronda. I press X for doubt. And then Mandy accuses Paige of favoritism on her former PCB teammates. Of course you do. So then Naomi comes out with Asuka, Carmella, and Lana. Naomi first tells Mandy to shut up and quit sucking up. And then Naomi says that Becky is afraid of the rest of the roster. Becky then goes and says that she'll knock every one of them out. So then Paige decides to make this fair. Paige then announces that there will be a 9-women battle royal, where the winner gets added to the TLC match, making it a triple threat match. That will be later on tonight. For now, let's continue on. Next up, we get a tag team match. We get the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, versus the Raw Tag Team Champions, The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro. So yeah, highlights of the match. Sheamus' hip toss was good along with Jay's dropkick. The Bar's double clothesline was good along with Cesaro's diving uppercut in the corners. Cesaro's power slam was good along with Jay's Samoan drop over Casey Splash in the corner. Jay's step up Enzuigiri was good along with Cesaro's uppercut, the counter suicide dive. That was very well executed, on point. Sheamus' knee drop was good too, along with Jay's 2 super kicks. Cesaro's uppercut, the counter Nuso splash was also good. Very on point. Cesaro's very underappreciated. Jay would hit a 3rd super kick. And then match ending, Jay would hit a 4th super kick to Cesaro. Jimmy would hit the Uso splash. Jimmy gets the 3 count for the win. So now that the Usos have pinned the SmackDown Tag Champions. Does this mean a future tag shot for the Usos coming soon? We will have to wait and see. Dun. So then next up, we got a segment. Of course, AJ Styles comes out. The first time we've seen AJ Styles since he lost the WWE title to Daniel Bryan on the Go Home SmackDown, the Survivor Series. So of course AJ comes out. AJ then says the last 14 days have been longer than the 371 days he was WWE Champion. Yeah, AJ, you almost passed. And to be fair, AJ, you were 1 day off of Macho Man's 372-day WWE title reign. You almost passed it. Better luck next time. Of course, AJ says he doesn't like to lose, but he hates the way it happened. Nobody likes to lose. You know, I'm very competitive. I never like losing. And of course, AJ says the target he had when he won the title moved somewhere else. Yep, AJ, it moved right to your phenomenal ones. And then AJ said what Daniel said last week is bull BS and a load of trash. And AJ says he looks forward to smashing Daniel's face in. And then AJ goes on and says that AJ's here every night. And then AJ saying that Daniel Bryan wasn't at SmackDown tonight. And Daniel Bryan wasn't at the house shows last weekend. And then AJ saying that Daniel is copying what Raw's champion does. No, so Daniel Bryan is becoming a discount Brock Lesnar now. Does this mean Daniel may become at some point champ for 100 days without defending? Probably not. Because Daniel is at least a full-timer. And then AJ says that this is SmackDown Live. And AJ says this is where he belongs. The house that AJ Styles built. And then AJ says that Daniel should make sure to show up for TLC. And to bring the WWE title. And then AJ says the WWE title belongs to him. So yeah, really good segment from AJ Styles, not gonna lie. Really good segment. Not bad. Next up, we get what was supposed to be a one-on-one match between United States Champion Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev. But as Rusev was doing his entrance, Shinsuke would attack Rusev for pre-match assault. So Shinsuke, of course, attacks him. Then Shinsuke hits a Kinshasa on Rusev. Refs come in to separate Shinsuke outside the ring. So then Shinsuke goes back, and then he hits a second Kinshasa on Rusev, and then Shinsuke walks away. So the match is ruled a no contest because the bell never rang. So yeah, but of course, continuing on, next up, we get a segment. We get Jeff Hardy's 20th anniversary celebration because it was on that day 20 years ago that Jeff Hardy first signed with WWE, the fan favorite. So of course for this because this is a big one, so of course you have a couple photos in the ring of some of Jeff's big highlight moments in his career. You also have the SmackDown roster on the stage. And of course Jeff is being interviewed in the ring by Michael Cole. Michael, what the fuck are you doing on SmackDown? This is not your jurisdiction. Go back to Monday Night Raw where your bitch ass belongs. Get the fuck out of here. We don't need your purple dildos and ass kissing over here on SmackDown. Get out. So of course Jeff Hardy comes out to the ring, and then they play a video package of Jeff's career, which includes highlights, including all of his Daredevil swantons, off ladders, off Titantrons, off stage shit, including Jeff's many tag titles with Matt Hardy and with the Hardy Boys, including Jeff becoming a Grand Slam champion, winning the Intercontinental title, the United States title, and the WWE title, and the World Heavyweight title. Of course, Jeff, a 3-time world champion, a future Hall of Famer for sure. So of course, Jeff thanks, of course, the WWE Universe for their support. And Jeff says he can't remember half of that stuff. Half of the stuff he did because he was probably on him. And I'm not going to mention, I'm not going to go there with the stuff he did in TNA. I'm not going to go there. Of course, Jeff said he lived the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Yes, you have, my friend. And of course, Jeff thanks everyone for making this night possible and that he can't wait to see what the future holds. And then Samoa Joe comes out. His music hits, Joe comes out. Of course, Samoa Joe saying he was about to pop some champagne bottles backstage for him. But then Joe's saying that having champagne around Jeff Hardy isn't a good idea. Did you really have to go there? Of course, saying that Jeff couldn't remember any of his highlights. And that Joe says he doesn't celebrate weakness. And then Samoa Joe saying that Jeff being put on a pedestal makes him sick. And Joe offers Jeff a one-step program if he feels powerless, which is painless. I think he means the Coquina Clutch. And then Jeff says he lives for the moment and that he challenged Joe to a match. And then Samoa Joe then decides to leave. Does this mean these two face at TLC? We will have to wait and see. Continuing on, next up, we get a one-on-one match. We get Kofi Kingston versus The Miz. It was a pretty decent match, back and forth. Key moment in the match, Miz would remove the turnbuckle, but Big E would use pancakes to cover the exposed steel, so the pancakes will now serve as a turnbuckle. Interesting. I don't know how effective pancakes are, but fuck it. Give it a shot, I guess. So match ending, Miz would then hit a drop kick on Xavier. Then Miz would grab a chair, and before Miz could strike Kofi with the chair, forcing a DQ, Xavier would snag the chair from the Miz, making sure the match ends fairly. And then Kofi would take advantage of a distracted Miz, and Kofi would hit the Trouble in Paradise to get the 3 count for the win. Alrighty. So Miz tried to force a DQ, and he ends up losing anyway. So it didn't matter if Miz grabbed the chair or not, Miz is going to lose regardless. So next up, Randy Orton would come out with Rey Mysterio's mask in his hand, because last week on SmackDown, Randy would attack Rey. He would stomp a chair with a position on Rey's neck, and then unmasked him. Like, I think we all know what Rey Mysterio looks like unmasked. If you don't know what Rey looks like unmasked, you've all been living under a rock and need to get with the times. So Randy comes out with the mask. Randy, of course, has started insulting Rey based on his size, saying that he's small and weak. Oh, because Rey's 5'6" and he's built like a goddamn cruiserweight. Okay. So then Rey Mysterio would come out supporting a neck brace. Of course, then Rey had a different mask on this week. Of course, Rey started challenging Randy to a fight. But as Rey's working his way down this ramp, Randy would come out of the ring and then attack Rey on the ramp, starting a brawl. Randy would throw a few haymakers. Randy would throw Rey back in the ring. Rey would then hit a 619 on Randy to fight back. And then Rey would grab a chair. And before Rey could hit Randy with the chair because Rey was having his doubts, Randy would take advantage of a distracted Rey and beating up Rey Mysterio, and then Randy would hit the hanging DDT on Rey Mysterio onto the outside of the ring. And then Randy would grab the steel chair Rey would have, he'd wrap it around Rey's neck again, and then smash it onto the steps. And then the refs would come out to break it up. And Randy walks away. So more damage done to Rey's neck. Again. So yeah, continuing on. Next up, we get a 9-women battle royal, where the winner gets added to the title match at TLC. So this battle royal sees the likes of Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Selena Vega, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Naomi, Asuka, Carmella, and Lana. So yeah, of course, in this match, Selena Vega would be the first elimination in this match. Some other key eliminations, Iconics, Billie Kay, and Peyton Royce would use their numbers game to eliminate Lana. Asuka would eliminate Peyton and Billie separately. And then Asuka would eliminate Carmella after Carmella has another fucking dance break. Do I even need to say it? But yeah, now that Asuka eliminate Carmella, yeah, Carmella, now you can take your ass to the fucking club in Minneapolis. Maybe you can find some Vikings cheerleaders in the club. But yeah, continuing on. So now we're down to our final 4. Asuka, Naomi, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose. So Naomi would use some quick maneuvers to eliminate Mandy Rose, which was good. Sonya's need to eliminate Naomi was really good, pretty well executed. So we're down to 2, because it was pretty much eliminations occurring one after the other in a battle royal cliche. So now we're down to Asuka and Sonya Deville. The match would go onto the apron. Mandy would try to hold down Asuka's legs to help Sonya Deville out. Asuka would have none of that. She'd get free. She'd boot Mandy in the face. And Asuka drills a knee to Sonya, which was very well executed to eliminate Sonya Deville. to win the Battle Royal. So at TLC, it'll be Becky Lynch defending against Charlotte Flair and Asuka in a women's TLC match. It's like a men's match, just with women this time. And that's where we end SmackDown. So yeah, pretty meh episode. Pretty meh. It wasn't a good episode, but it wasn't terrible. Just mainly a little bit of build up for TLC. The final pay-per-view of 2018. But yeah, overall episode, 4 out of 10. SmackDown is the better show this week, again. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hope everyone's a great day, and yeah, peace out.